Hey guys, Sean here with Trailhouse Sales Group and sales rep for Tahoe Blue Gear and Arntson Marine for the Southwestern United States. And today we're talking about the current availability for spring-summer 2025 and some of these products that are going to carry over and expand in 2026. So if you're not familiar with Arntson Marine or Tahoe Blue Gear, here's a little history of the brand. Craig Arntson, also known as Paul, started the brand in the mid-teens 2000s, big into sailing and wanted a full brim hat that worked well in sailing. Unfortunately, every hat out there has a very floppy brim once it really gets hit with wind, and it doesn't provide a lot of uses once your hat is flapping all the way around, whether it's protection from the sun and other elements. So he developed a hat that he wanted a full brim hat that would work in sustained winds around 25 miles an hour. After they first initially developed these hats, they found that these brims stayed stable above 50 miles an hour. So he knew he was really onto something with the Arntson Marine headwear. So the first hat that they developed was the Tahoe hat here in the full brim with Arntson Marine. Since then, the hat line has expanded into a few different types of hat based on the same idea and technology, but the end use for you might be slightly different based on your preference of fabrics. So we have the original Tahoe 2 sun hat. The 2 has been changed from the original Tahoe Wind sun hat. And that's what these hats are really for. It is a UPF 50 hat that also works in really high wind conditions, whether you are using it out on a boat in the open water, whether you're sailing and fishing. It's definitely expanded into the outdoor world as well. So a lot of people love this, not just for sailing. This really works well in the outdoor segments, especially categories like hiking, backpacking, fishing. We see this in hunt, as well as it's definitely expanded into even winter sports for people that are avid backcountry skiers, where you're getting a lot of sun from the top and off the snow. A hat like this is definitely going to help reduce the amount of sun you're getting when you're using this as a protective piece for snow sports. So the hat has a lot of elements to it, but the main ones to consider when you're looking at this hat is UPF 50, and it is windproof to above 50 miles an hour, so you have a stable brim all the way around your head. And the way they are able to do that, number one, is through some of the four main pieces of the hat here. So first and foremost in these hats is you have the ring frame here that you see wrapping around the hat, giving its initial shape here. And that is one of four elements that gives the hat and the brim its structure that makes it so good in windy conditions, but also great on the everyday use. Number two is inside the hat here is their windcert, which is a laminated polyethylene piece just built into the front of your full brim there, almost like a baseball cap, but a lot smaller. And that is going to help add that additional structure to the hat when it's facing into the wind to keep the rim from flipping up and flopping around while you're wearing it. The third part of the hat is the e-foam that is built into the actual brim of the hat, giving it much of its final structure when you're looking at the hat here. So you see when you're wearing it, it actually takes on the shape, and it has a little bit of an arc and curve to it, and that adds the additional structure to the hat. So when you're taking on wind, it's going to keep the rim from flipping up and the hat moving all around on you. And finally is the actual geometry of the hat itself, giving you that structure. All those pieces incorporated to the rim of the hat makes what this hat is able to do when it's able to sustain winds up to and above 50 miles an hour. You also have the ability, you can flip up the brim and give you higher, better visibility, and again, it's not going to flap around on you. So for people that want really good visibility but still give you good wind, still give you good sun protection, especially for photographers where they don't want the brim in the way, they can flip that rim up and still have a UPF 50 sun protected hat. That's great in windy conditions. On these hats, additionally, you have the 360 adjust-a-fit, so you have marine grade shock cord wrapped all the way around the internal hem of the hat there, so you get a true 360 adjust to fit per person in these hats. And this is the flip float brim. So this hat, yes, it does float. So it is a great marine use hat in the end, but also great again for the outdoors. We also internally on these hats have the detach strap. So the webbing here is designed to where you can actually remove all of the straps if you don't want them. All the pieces incorporated in these hats are designed to be high wear and corrosion resistant. So you've got your stainless steel eyelets there with your marine grade shock cord built into the caps. You got French powder coatings on all of your caps. These are C0 PFC free coatings built into the caps to increase drying and durability. One of the things that you may notice about the caps here is our jacquard sweatband that has our Tahoe Blue Gear logo embroidered on the inside there. So incredibly comfortable, yet stands out really well amongst other brands. Each draw cord and your marine grade shock cord here are designed to match each individual hat. So these hats are not sharing components. Color-wise, they are designed to match each hat individually rather than just a standard gray or black shock cord and drawstring. That is, again, an additional touch that makes our hats unique and stand out among the rest. So these draw cords, again, match each hat individually. All these hats are packable and washable, so you can pack these hats flat and they travel extremely well, and you can keep these things looking like new when you wash them. So there are effectively one brand with two different names, Arntson Marine and Tahoe Blue Gear. They, for the most part, make the same hats, but the color options are going to vary more between the two. Tahoe Blue Gear tends to have a lot more earthy tones with a couple of bright pop colors mixed in there, versus Arntson Marine tends to have much brighter colors with fewer earthy tones. One's a little more coastal and sporty versus one's a little bit more mountainous. But they are virtually the same brand in every other aspect of it. Really, it's just the color palettes that you're getting between the two, and the logo that's going to be on your hats and caps is going to be the only difference there. So for the full brim hats that we are offering two different versions for Tahoe Blue Gear and Arntson Marine, and you can mix and match however you want. We find a lot of our more coastal towns and cities, our surf shops and more marine focus, generally tend to gravitate to the Arntson Marine hats just based on the color palettes, but we do see a lot of crossover with them getting the Tahoe Blue Gear brand as well. Vice versa, when you're in the mountains or you're a mountain shop, we tend to see a lot more focus on the Tahoe Blue Gear side of things, a lot of it being in the name, especially if you're in the greater Tahoe area. This rings really well, but these sell nationally and globally through our retailers and our online sales. So the two different hats that we offer is the Tahoe 2 Wind Sun Hat. Now this is using our Nylonix 170 fabric, so it is a nylon, but it has a much lighter, softer, more of a cotton hand on these hats. So that nylon is going to be great, number one, for UPF 50. It's going to maximize your sun protection. It's going to wear incredibly well, so it's going to last a very long time. It's not going to bleach as easy as other fabrics out there with the sun use. and it cleans exceptionally well with the Nylonics 170 and the Tahoe Blue Gear and Arntson Marine Tahoe 2 Wind Sun Hat. Again, that is for the Tahoe 2 Wind Sun Hat. All the features that we described about these hats are going to be the same. The fabric is really mainly going to be the difference. When you go from the Tahoe 2 Wind Sun Hat, you also have the option for the Cabana version. Now, the Cabana is the exact same design and engineering, but they are using a different fabric. The difference between the Tahoe 2 Wind Sun Hat and the Cabana Wind Sun Hat is mainly just in the fabrics itself. Instead of the Nylonics 170, this is using our Vent Weave 80 and our Twilight 140. This fabric is 95% UV protective, so this fabric will range from 35 UPF protection to a 50 UPF protection on it. So it's a lighter weight fabric, still has a nice soft cotton hand to it. The main thing where the vent weave is around the 70% of the back area on the back side of the cap there, where it is ventilated, so you actually can see those small perforations built into the fabric. This is a very similar fabric that you see in a lot of athletic lifestyle shirts out there from brands like Marmot, Cool, Patagonia, and built into a cap. So again, you're maximizing sun protection, but now you're also adding that level of ventilation that you do not get from the Tahoe 2 Wind Sun Hat. Other than that, all the same features are built into it with the full brim float cap. You have all the other features we talked about. So again, these are all UPF 35 to 50 for the Cabana Wind Sun Hat. So let's talk about what's currently available from both brands for the 2025 season. Right now, Tahoe Blue Gear has the Tahoe 2 Wind Sun Hat using that Nylonics 180 fabric on the cap there. And from Arntson Marine, you have both the Wind Sun Hat and the Cabana Wind Sun Hat. So this allows you the options from Arntson Marine, both a heavier, more of a canvasy feeling cotton fabric, as well as a lighter weight, more breathable hand on the fabric for both of your Wind Sun hats here. Tahoe Blue Gear and Arntson Marine also has a full line of caps available, and their most popular one is the Mavericks cap that you can see here on the mannequin and on the table. The Mavericks cap, which what I am wearing here, is a cap version of the Tahoe 2 Wind Sun hats. So with that in mind, you've got something that's a slightly different version of a trucker hat. It's almost a hybrid version of a 5-panel cap that you see a lot of runners using, where it's a much lower stack height between the rim of the hat and the top. You also notice there's no buttons on the tops of any of these hats there, making them a little bit more comfortable and just a cleaner, sleeker look to it. We have the Tahoe Blue Gear logoing on the side. We also have the same option from Arntson Marine. We want to do the logoing on the side on all of our caps, allowing you as a retailer or anybody that's buying this for personal use to do your own embroidering or patchwork on our caps if you really want to represent your business locally, regionally, or nationally using our brand of caps. So everything still applies. You've got a hat here that is wind and sun proof up to 50 miles an hour on these caps. You do have some laser drilled venting on the side of our Mavericks cap here. On the back, you've got the elastic adjustable cord on the back versus a static one, so it makes it very comfortable, especially for somebody like me that's a little follically challenged. I love that. It gives me just a little bit more comfort where I don't have the hair for a little padding on it. But this also, again, has that great jacquard printing on the inside of the caps there, and it's just really comfortable next to skin. So for, again, someone who is bald like myself, appreciates that even more because it's just next to skin. It's going to be very comfortable, and these do have a great lining on the inside of the cap there, making it really comfortable next to skin, and just also a cleaner design styling with all of the additional features that you see inside of our caps here. These also float. These have that same polyethylene laminated brim built into the brim of the cap there, so it's going to help keep its form, and it's just going to look really slick and clean for you as a retailer and as the end user when you have these. You can see the variety of color options that we offer through the Tahoe Blue Gear. Same color options available from the Arntson Marine brand in the Mavericks cap. On top of that, if you want an even more breathable, sporty, ventilated version of that hat, we have the Mavericon Hydro Cap. This one is going to have that same ventilated fabric that we're using in our cabana in a full cap as well. And very similar design, like a 5-panel cap and a trucker hat combined, so it has a very clean and sleek look to it. These are incredibly popular in all of the sports worlds. We sell a lot of these even in the golf industry. Same build quality with the elastic adjustable band in the back. That's a snap rather than your traditional snapbacks or one size fits most. That gives you a lot of adjustment for a variety of heads to choose from. So big purpose of this is just increased ventilation. This is really good if you plan on sweating a lot, or you just do sweat a lot and you just want better ventilation. The Mavericon would be the one to consider out of the Hydro Caps. So as far as sizing goes for all of our hats and our caps, the Tahoe 2 Wind Sun hat and the Cabana actually comes in 3 sizes. So you've got a lot of options for yourself as a retailer and an end user for our caps. They come in a small, medium, large, extra large, and double extra large frame. So you've got 3 size options to choose from. We see about 40% of our hats be in the small medium, the other 40% in the large extra large, and the double extra large is about 20%. So if, let's say you were going to order 10 of these caps, you'd probably be recommended to order 4 of the small medium, 4 of the large extra large, and 2 of the double X. That's where we see the trend go. Those were where the most common fits are, but you do have really good options for people with very big noggins. As far as the Mavericks and the Mavericon caps, these are a one size fits most. The Mavericon fits slightly smaller than the Mavericks cap. Very happy to be representing a local brand like Tahoe Blue Gear in Arntson Marine. Our offices are here in the greater Reno area, and that's also where they are warehoused and shipped from. So if you are a retailer in the West Coast, and you're planning on ordering this, whether it's doing a preseason order or you want an ASAP order, these ship out pretty much same day or next day from our facilities and can get to your shops usually within less than 5 days. If you're local, we'll drop it off to you free of charge. Pricing for the hats are as follows. The Tahoe 2 Wind Sun hat for both Tahoe Blue Gear and Arntson Marine retails at $64. The Cabana retails at $66. And the Mavericks and the Mavericon cap retails at $38. Thank you guys for watching this video on the Tahoe Blue Gear and Arntson Marine brand. Thank you guys for watching this short video on the Tahoe Blue Gear and Arntson Marine brand. Thank you for supporting us as a local and small business. We look forward to working with you now and in the future. Please, if you want to know more about the brands that I carry and information on those, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube and Instagram channels, as well as visit my website, mytrailhouse.com. Thank you. We'll see you again soon.